Ladies and gentlemen, we are on day 2 of Retro Cup, and since it is named Retro Cup, I wanted to go over some Pokemon that used to be good, basically, back in the day. And I say back in the day, literally last season. And the season before, I guess, was the domination of Gligar. Well, I guess he was not the domination. He was dominating this league. Open Great League, that is. But yeah, we're in Retro Cup, and it's got some play here, and I wanted to go over what it can do. So I'm using Fury Cutter here for the fast attack. It's going to be super effective against Oranguru, as well as Girafarig. So the Psychic type's going to get some damage in on them. It's going to be very good against Dunsparce. It is taking neutral damage from Rock Slide, and obviously double resists ground type moves, so the Drill Run not going to be doing that much. So, I mean, those two things already giving it a huge amount of play. And in the back, I decided to go with some very volatile Mon. It's going to be Talonflame, the double flying charge move set there. You guys know I love that move set. And then Ariados. Ariados is going to be the safe swap. And it's just very fast to get to its moves. If you get a little bit of a lead, just energy-wise on things, they just cannot catch back up to Ariados. Has the ability to debuff as well as possibly debuff itself if you want to go with Trailblaze. So very good coverage there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into the battles, which I did not load up. So just going to take you a second before I get into these games. All right, there it is. Movesets there on the left. I basically just called them all out, so hopefully nothing new over there. And let's go ahead and start this game. So we have an Alolan Marowak here in the front. It's a non-shadow. This can be pretty scary for Ariados. I'm probably just going to go for a dig here and then dip. I do want to try to catch a Bone Club. They don't end up throwing here, but this is probably going to be a Shadow Bone, I would guess 90% of the time. But we can eat it. That's fine. They end up coming in with Noctowl, which I actually think I saw a decent amount of this today, which is kind of weird. Not a Mon I would normally think is going to be in this cup. But I also noticed my first 4 or 5 games with this team. I think this is my very first game. Well, obviously it's my first game. What am I saying? I think I ran into a lot of hard counters here. So Noctowl going to be very good against my team. And you'll see. I can't even remember what the next game is, but we're going to get a huge farm down here, which is actually fantastic. It means Ariados is going to have just a lot of play. They end up coming in with a Marowak. I do want to switch out of this as soon as possible. They did switch, so they're going to be locked into this matchup for a little bit. And they end up throwing a move here. We get the debuff, obviously, with Lunge. And they actually threw, I don't know if they had a one-turn lag or what happened there, but there was a slow throw rather. But I end up getting rid of this Marowak. I think I still have a ton of energy here on the Ariados, so ends up being a Cherim here in the back. I assume I'm going to live a Weather Ball Fire here, so that I can get off an Aerial Ace. And they end up trying to catch her on the Noctowl, but I end up getting a huge farm down. And I have 2 Aerial Aces here. Hopefully I don't get KO'd by that Bullet Seed. The odds of it KOing seem pretty low, so yeah, we end up getting the win here. Some interesting Mon there. Cherim is very interesting because it's very good against the Water's obviously very good against Dunsparce, has really good coverage. And I'm not sure if I would use it, but it does have very good coverages and will catch people off guard. Now, Hakamo-O, one of the best in the league. So I do try to catch. They end up, I guess they ended up waiting a turn, which is crazy. And they are able to get this Dragon Claw off. They end up coming in with the Toxapex, which not great for me, but I'm going to go for the Brave Bird here and then try to get to hopefully another Brave Bird or make them throw either way. They're one away from the Brine. And yeah, they actually just end up throwing Brine right away, not trying to waste any time getting rid of our Talonflame here. They could have gone for a few more moves there, but I'm not going to be able to KO this anyways with the dig, so it's tough. We're going to live this Brine. Brine not a great move, but it is super effective here against the Gligar. But I do need to make sure to get rid of this. I can't allow them to switch out, keep this Mon in the back. It's going to be very hard for Ariados to handle. So I'm just going to double dig and then switch in Ariados, hope for the best. in the back line. The odds that there's a Feraligatr in the back seem pretty high. It does end up being Feraligatr. And we have a 1-turn lag. I don't know if it's a 1-turn lag because they technically get in there first. So just kind of normal gameplay here. I do decide to go for a lunge here because it will lower their attack. We're not going to take too much damage. Well, we're going to take a lot of damage from the Hydro, but we're not going to take too much. And then I don't know if they waited a turn and then caught again, but we're getting just absolutely devastated. Now, we can definitely take a Dragon Claw here, and we have to be worried about them getting to a move on the Feraligatr. So that's why I'm saving my shield here, and I'll just throw a Trailblaze into this, and that'll be GG. They try to farm me down, obviously. They don't want to be throwing a move while we have one shield available to us. All right, another Noctowl lead. Again, just some crazy leads here that I don't think I would normally see. Yeah, maybe it's just the meta evolving. I mean, what is Noctowl really good against? Just, I don't know. I'd have to look at the things. I guess it's very good against Hakamo. I guess it's very good against like Grass, Superior. Obviously good against a Jumpluff as well. Maybe those are the things they're trying to fight against. I end up getting it down, and I do have enough for a fly here. I'm just going to throw it into whatever. Ends up being a Dunsparce. Did we switch? We switched and they had a Dunsparce and they didn't come in with it. That's interesting. They're unfortunately not in Drill Run. They're not in dig range. Why would they throw Drill Run though? I don't know what this player is doing. But we will get to farm this down no matter what. Even 2 Rock Slides wouldn't KO. Okay, maybe you thought we were switching or something. But they end up having a Clodsire here in the back. Honestly, I mean, this is the matchup where we want to see the Clodsire. Ariados, obviously not great against it. They do end up shielding. I'll probably end up being forced to shield if they threw, but they decide not to throw here. And now it's like, maybe I'll just eat the energy here on the Gligar and let my Ariados come in and just take whatever this is. If it is a Sludge Bomb Earthquake, Water Pulse. Interesting. So I will say the last time we showcased catching you here in the middle of the video, definitely subscribe if you haven't. Just take a second, hit it. All right, back to the video. The Water Pulse Mon, it was Gastrodon, and if they are expecting to see a lot of Clodsire, it is possible that Water Pulse will be doing a lot there, and maybe they don't want to run something like Stone Edge, so they'll go for maybe Sludge Bomb, Water Pulse to hit the Talonflames. Although I think Earthquake is really the way to go, so it's probably Earthquake, Water Pulse. But that has a lot of overlapping coverages, so I'm not too sure that that's the move I would want to go for. But I totally get the spice and catching people off guard, because if you saw that video from Yusai with Water Pulse Gastrodon, it catches so many Talonflames off guard that when they switch Talonflame into the Gastrodon and they get hit for super effective, they're definitely not seeing that coming. They come in with the Feraligatr here. We're obviously going to have to shield things, but they're going to have to shield as well. And we have a little bit of a lead, so if we want to get shields down, we can. But I probably will save a shield no matter what for Ariados. I can't beat it to another move. They're always going to beat me to the secondary move, because we did get the first shield. So see, I could win shield advantage here, or switch rather, but I'm going to maintain shield advantage rather, and probably come in with the Ariados, shield their first move, and then try to just get some excess energy this way. Ariados with energy is scary, and if they do go down to one last Mon, you can always lunge it away, basically. Yeah, Trailblaze super effective against water types, obviously, and going to be buffing our attack, which we're already very high attack stats, so this is very good for us. Now, this is an interesting matchup. Obviously, we do have Poison Sting and Lunge. Poison Sting super effective. Lunge actually going to be neutral because of the flying typing that Typhlosion that Tropius has is going to be doing that. I want them to throw a move here, but at the end of the day, it's pretty over. Even Rage Fist not really going to be giving them enough to get through an entire Gligar, even though they technically do resist Fury Cutter. It is one thing that's making it much worse against like the fighting types, but that's fine because I have two things that are really good against fighting in the back. All right, another lost lead here, and really bad actually, especially with Fury Cutter, just because it is flying again, so it does resist. I decide since I get that damage off, it's basically in fly range, and then it's Kingdra here, and now my first thought is, shoot, this is going to be a triple dragon team, which is going to be very hard for me to get through, especially since this Kingdra double resists, and they throw on perfect timing, and just, I have to take it. It's an Octazooka for sure, but it's definitely going to KO the Talonflame. If I can farm this down before it gets to Octazooka, we're okay. They do end up coming back in with the Altaria here, and I'm just going to try to get both my moves off, and then probably end up letting Gligar go. Or I actually could bring Ariados in right away here, because I'm going to get farmed down. Ooh. Okay, they let me get to this. I have to switch now, because I will get farmed down no matter what, and they're very close. I think they're probably at a Sky Attack and a half here. So I obviously have to shield. It is super effective at the end of the day. If it is another dragon in the back, I basically just lose. Okay, Dragonair. I was thinking maybe Gudra or Dragonite, but this actually is very good for me. Well, it's awkward for me. Do they have the switch still? Yeah, because they still have... This is going to be very close, actually. I could go for a catch. I know exactly when they're going to throw, but a one-turn move means that it's going to be very close to just getting KO'd. But I had just enough health to hang on through a Dragon Breath, and they do end up throwing the Body Slam here. I think I should have gone for Trailblaze here, just because it would boost my attack. I've already lost the first boost to my attack that I had, and it would have been really close. Maybe it would have been a tie, but I would have at least had a chance to win there. Alright, Gligar here into Whiscash. Ugh. You live one of these, probably just end up taking it and switching into Ariados, probably. Yeah. Man, I played these games 2 hours ago. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, 2 hours ago, I think. And I have had a work call since then, and I feel exhausted. So... probably why I'm just slow at doing this, but ends up being another Altaria here in the back. Man, Altaria is kind of just the bulkier version of the Dragonite that I think that people really should be using in this cup. You'll get KO'd by this for sure. Even one times reduced is just too much damage. They end up coming in with a Marowak. Another Marowak. It looks like a Lowland because a Fire Spin came through. But we do have a Talonflame. It depends if I want to go for Fly or Brave Bird here. I can go good timing here for Incinerate because Incinerate is a 5-turn move. Fire Spin's a 3-turn move, so if they go for 2, that's 6. So it's perfect timing to go 1 Incinerate into 3-turn moves. And I'm going to be able to get another Fly off here, so I believe this should be able to KO. It's going to be kind of close, especially since it's the non-shadow, but it does end up KOing there. And now it's just a race to another Fly, and... Talonflame has just done so much work, and this is kind of why it's around, right? Has the ability to just kind of pop off against everything, Incinerate, the best fire move in the game. All right, Victory Bell. So, what should I have done here? The question is, should I be switching? Because it's possible that they have some sort of weird rock type in the back that's like a... Yeah, if they have like a Smackdown rock type in the back, it's going to be very tough for my team. So eventually I do end up switching here. I do a lot of damage to that Victory Bell, and I do make it to the Brave Bird fast. If they shield this, so be it. I'll probably let the Talonflame go. I have a 2-shield advantage. I'll probably end up coming with Ariados. Yeah, I'm just going to let it go, I think. Yeah, and then I'll come with Ariados. I believe I win CMP here. So, I'm just now noticing they do have, oh my god, what's the water move called? It's been a while since I've used it on Lantern. I literally can't remember. Alright, moving on. Lunge into Vigoroth here. The thing we really have to be worrying about is it does have access to Rock Slide. But you have to remember counter was nerfed, so I'm gonna make a call here that this is not Rock Slide. it was a different game, I guess. I probably should have thrown Trailblaze. Oh, well, it's the end of the game, so yeah, it doesn't really matter anyways. Because they have this guy in the back, so. All three of our mon are very good against Victory Bell, so not too scared of Victory Bell, but we are scared of rock types that could be following Victory Bell. Alright, Dunsparce. So this is where Gligar shines. I mean, on our team, the backline is obviously we're obviously ABB weak to Dunsparce, so having an elite is perfect for us. The only thing is, it is pretty bulky, and Fury Cutter not really doing a lot of damage when we don't have Stab, which is same type attack bonus. But we are going to get it pretty low, and we can always farm it down with like Talonflame if we really want to. Then we're coming with a Frostlass, and I do throw here. I should have just switched straight to Talonflame because now I'm going to end up shielding anyways. Might as well have gotten a little bit more farm out of it instead of just getting the KO for sure. Although I technically could let it go because they do have a Dunsparce, but the Dunsparce is not at a move. So I get to a fly here. I don't know if this KOs, but they might shield anyways because of Brave Bird potential. Now the second fly definitely KOs. So we'll see if they decide to keep this Dunsparce around and maybe farm down. But switch is close, but I probably won't make it to switch before I make it to a move, so I just decide to stay in. They actually have a Superior in the back, which is going to be taking super effective from this anyways. I'll end up coming with the Ariados. I probably just farm this down, yeah. I don't even have to shield, even though Aerial Ace is super effective. It's just no same type attack bonus, as well as Superior is a bulky mon, so its moves don't do actually that much. And they know the writing's on the wall, and they let it go. Alright, Jumpluff. Okay matchup. Our backline's very good against this. I probably should be switching into something. I'll probably end up switching into Talonflame if I was to guess, just to get a little bit of a lead on Incinerate. They end up throwing a move here, which might mean that it's Acrobatics, because it actually will still do a ton of damage. Actually ends up doing like 55-60%. They come in with a Whiscash, and I get too greedy. Yeah, I have to shield. I wanted to go for good timing, but that means they're going to get to their move first. So really greedy for me there, not necessary. Although I can possibly get to 2 Brave Birds here. So in the end of the day, it's fine. Now they only have to go for Mud Bomb because it will, I mean, we're 4 times defense dropped. Honestly, great move by me here. Switching into Gligar because we want to maintain this Talonflame just in case it's good against whatever's in the back. Although one thing could be said that it is possibly Dunsparce in the back. So that's something to really watch out for. I'm just going to let this go. Energy Ball, Acrobatics, neither of those KO me. And I'm going to try to get... I can't really get a farm down. I could shield farm down, but I decided I'm just going to throw the move. I still have a decent amount of energy here on Gligar. Almost half a move loaded. And... they end up having Primeape, so super effective here, but not going to do that much. Probably just switch to Ariados. I don't want to get farmed down on the Talonflames, so I just decide to come in with the Ariados. First move's going to be Rage Fist, so they're going to buff their attack, so I might as well leave my shield for the second move. They end up coming in with Whiscash. All I have to do here, since they got to move off, is get to double Trailblaze. They're not at a move yet on Primeape, and I'm pretty sure that they would win CMPs, so that's great that I know that they're not on a move because I can just throw back to back here, and that'll be GG. Get my water in while I can. Superior. So definitely not the Superior Mon here. We are obviously very good against everything here in the back. They do end up coming in with a Dugong, and I don't know what to do right away. I probably should have come in Talonflame, but I remember that I do come in with the Ariados. They're going to outpace me by 1 turn because they got moves on Gligar there, but it's fine. I will outpace them to the next one, which means that I will be able to KO it before it KOs me, and I'll be 2 times boosted, so if they do end up coming back in with the Superior, I'll absolutely destroy it. But I have to remember I have the Talonflame as well, and both my Mon are good against... I'm going to definitely get another Trailblaze off. I decided to go for the Lunge here. You might ask why, because they're almost assuredly going to shield here, so I might as well reduce their damage. And since I'm going to be all in on Talonflame, I decided to come in Gligar just to eat up a lot of this energy. And it is reduced. I might even live. They actually go for the Ice Beams, so good on them. But I have shield advantage. They're probably going to switch out of this for Alligator at some point. I have to shield these moves even though they are reduced. But I still have a catch available as well if I need it, although Ariados is super low, so it might die to a fast attack. Do have to make sure that I see the 3 Shadow Claws come through so that they can't catch me. They can't catch a move on Superior there. So it'll take 6 turns for them to do 3 Shadow Claws, where it only takes me 5 turns to do 1 Incinerate. So if you see that 3rd Claw come in, they're locked in that animation, and you can throw the move securely and safely to where they cannot catch. End up coming back in with a Superior, and I just have to get a Brave Bird off here, and that'll be GG. And I'm not even sure 2 Aerial Ace would KO anyways. So they ended up getting a second one, and I'm like, it's kind of close, but we saw how much the first one did, and I'll definitely survive this one. So GG. Actually a much closer game than I initially seemed like, so. Alright. So yeah, I just wanted to show the namesake of the cup, I guess. It's called Retro Cup, so wanted to show them on that was good back in the day, literally last season and the season before. So if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. And here we are. Whoops. I wonder if this is going to go into the bloopers. Hey, thank you for watching the video, and if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out, and if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there, and I'll see you in the next one.